Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever you are in your day. I hope you're feeling loved and blessed. It is February 7th, 2026, and Saturday, which is ruled by the planet Saturn, and out of the tarot, the world card. Okay, so we got us a tarot spread. It's going to be 5 cards. Okay, it's going to be a tarot spread for balance and wholeness. Okay, that's what we want to focus on. The energy of the world card is about completion, fulfillment, okay, resolution, mastery, accomplishment. Okay, on the opposite, because there's always the opposite. Okay, lack of closure, incompletion, emptiness. Okay, so that's what this tarot spread is about: balance, balance and wholeness. Make sure you can hear me. I notice on some of my recordings it's a little low. I don't know why. The volume is all the way up, so I just got to speak up. Okay. So the world card out of the tarot, let's see if we can find that so we can look at it and we can talk a little bit about it. Okay. The world card is the last card out of the major arcana, not out of the deck of the tarot, right? Because there's 56 minor arcana and 22 major. Here's right here, right there. I had already done it. So I'll show it to y'all. So the world card, ooh, let's pull back just a little bit. Right there. There. So the world card symbolizes balance and evolution and movement, right? Because what does the world do? The planet itself is on a constant, its axis and rotating, constant movement, right? So the fulfillment and unity, as I just said, it's constant. It's ever changing and eternal, right? Eternal. Okay. My card is a little different than what they described on theirs, but there's still the same elements, right? Because you have the girl, she's holding the ball, there's the birds, there's the moon, there's the earth stuff, the plants, there's some stars, and there's even different kinds, what looks to be ivy and some other kind of, it just kind of changes in from a different plant. Looks to me, it does, it looks a little like there's multiple, foliage, if you will. So yeah, right, okay. So what I'm getting at is there's different figures in here, like I just said. The what I learned from the what I read, um, it talks about what the elements represent. So should be 4 figures. So what did we count? There's the foliage is earth, the moon. Yeah, definitely could be the Scorpio. So let's get into that part. The 4 figures in the world card represent Scorpio, Leo, Sagittarius, oh my lord, Aquarius. I have a list And anyways, so whatever. So don't make fun of me. Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius, and Taurus. I can say it. Okay. Representative of the four corners of the universe, the four elements, and the four evangelicals. Okay. The four elements being earth, right? Air, water, fire. Okay. And the four corners of the universe, north, south, east, and west, right? So together, all together, symbolizing the harmony between all of the energies. So the like I'm saying, the world card is connected to all the signs, all the zodiacs, and it's about integration, completion, discipline. Okay, end of a major cycle, and before the fool's energy and journey starts again. Right. Okay. So with that being said, we're also gonna we're gonna go ahead and slide that into the deck and start shuffling after we've gone over that. So let's go over the spread, and I'll start shuffling. So it's the first one is self fulfillment, and it's gonna be in the middle. It's what makes you asking what makes you feel complete, or what is missing, and what do you need to feel whole. Two, the second card being below to the left of one is represented by Taurus with the energy of security, because Taurus is all about values, security, right? Values, security, and finances. Okay. What brings you stability? What brings you comfort? And maybe it's not all that. Like some people live that life where they, have all the fancy things and whatnot, and then they go off grid. I was just watching that today. Beautiful, beautiful homestead, right? So you can do all other things, right? What makes you feel unstable? The total opposite, right, of security, right? Could be very unstable, right? Okay. So on to the next one. Two, three is Leo, which is all about pleasure, creativity, and fun, right? What gives you pleasure? And what do you enjoy doing? Or what prevents you from experiencing pleasure, right? What holds you back? Four is Scorpio, passion. What makes you passionate? Where in your life do you feel intensity, urgency, and a deep connection to your inner soul? What do you love doing? Or what prevents you from feeling passionate? You're holding yourself back. All right, Aquarius, five. Under that energy is altruism, selfless concern for others. What pushes you to help others? We talked about this yesterday. What ignites your humanitarian nature? Or what blocks you from feeling this connection to other beings? We talked about this yesterday. All right, so let's get into it. Five cards. All right, let's go ahead and take it down to the chair because that's what we're here for. What are you here for? We're here on the table. The one and only. All right. I don't know where that came from. Dude. Ooh, that was a little cut. Oh well. Just what it is. It's what my fingers caught at, right? All right. See that? See, I'm not cheating. I ain't cheating. None of that. None of that. Okay, so, and we'll go ahead and go back over as a reminder. One self-fulfillment. What makes you feel complete or what is missing, what you need to feel whole, right? Okay. Huh. Again, you saw me shuffle. You saw me shuffle cut the deck. So message not received. We've had this card before, right? So six is all about communication, problem solving, and equilibrium. And Pentacles representing Earth, which is all about the world. So connection right there. Resources, physical things in the body. You guys know this. You're well versed Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. So what makes you feel complete is having uh, that equilibrium of your resources, um, or what is missing is that equilibrium of resources. And what do you need to feel whole? That equilibrium of your resources. Does that make sense? Um, because I mean, it is about communication also, but this is all about the world. This is all about like the whole shebang, right? Because the world card symbolizes all of that, right? Balance of all the elements, of all the like I said, the representative of the four corners of the universe and the four elements, right? All together, the harmony between all of their energies. So this actually represents Earth. This could be a connection to a Virgo, a Taurus, or a Capricorn, right? Because the next card is symbolized and connected to with the energy of the Taurus out of the tarot. So, I mean, is it for who knows? If it resonates with you, hello, right? Message received. So, number one, Six of Pentacles. What makes you feel complete is that equilibrium of your resources, physical things in the body. So it's financial, it's health wise, it's your workout, your health, how you eat, all of that with the when it comes to the body. Resources being the how you make your money, how you spend your money, um, all of that, like or even overspending, all of that, right? So finding having that equilibrium of your resources is what makes you feel complete. So this goes over here actually in the middle, okay, because that's center, right? One being in the center, it's not like a path. It's not in a path. It's not a blockage. It's center, in the center. So your whole need and what's missing to feel complete with your fulfillment is your equilibrium of your resources. Front and center. Okay. Remember that. Message received. Okay, let's go on. Two is all about the Taurus. Like I said, energy, security, what makes you feel safe, what brings you stability, what brings you comfort. Your blanket, your pillows, your bed, playing your video games. I don't know, sitting at home, being out, maybe walking your dog in nature. So you can do all other things, right? You want stability and comfort in your mind, right? What makes you feel unstable, right? Okay, because the Taurus is all about family, right? Excuse me, values and your finances and your security. Okay, like I just said that, right? So number two, mhm. The king is the leader, the protector, and authority, right? And your wands is your fire, passion, activities, projects, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, right? So again, all the elements, and we've already gone from pentacles to wands being the fire. Taurus is a earth sign. That's okay. So maybe that's where the balance needs to come, right? And that was right here. So the earth balancing out, the fire, security, what makes you feel safe, right? Being the leader, being the authority, being the protector, being in charge, right? Being I mean so you can do all of the things. Being the leader doesn't necessarily mean you that you do have the security because you're carrying it too much, because it says here what makes you feel unstable, and I'm kind of like not really drawn to that, but the king being in charge doesn't really give you a chance to communicate to other people like this is the need, right? Because part of it is about being connected with others, because it's about balance and wholeness, right? And if there's this constant need to be the leader, then you never understand what it means to be the page or the fool, right? Does that make sense? Because that's part of the tarot. The fool is, the first card, but numbered zero. Know that the first card out of the tarot is zero, but it's the fool. And then the first card that is numbered is one, which is the second card, the magician. So, with that being said, I could hear somebody vacuuming out there. Anyways, uh, hopefully you guys can't hear that. But, yeah. So, not always being the leader, because although it might bring you comfort, it might not really bring you stability. Does that make sense? I hope that does. Okay, so that one goes actually to the left up here because it's moving away, right? Because it's a lesson learned, moving away. Okay, so 3 is Leo, which is under pleasure, which what gives you pleasure, and what do you enjoy doing, or what prevents you from experiencing pleasure? Temperance, really? How what a connection! Because temperance is all about patience, right? Connected to Sagittarius. So um, the Sagittarius is all about travel, philosophy, and higher learning. Higher learning. So what gives you pleasure is that higher learning and being patient. Um, what do you enjoy doing? I mean, the quiet time, or what does prevent you from experience your pleasure? Being too patient, being too cautious, and not wanting to just take a chance and try it out. You can't have all the control. I mean, it's going to hold you back from pleasure. I mean, if being too patient gives you pleasure, so be it. But that's going to hold you back from a lot of, experiences that you might miss out, that might be, what you need, right? We don't know. We don't know, man. Okay, so 4 is going to go over here. 4 is represented by Scorpio. Is all about passion, right? Okay. Transformation, shared resources, and intimacy. What makes you passionate? Where in your life do you feel intensity, urgency, and a deep connection to your inner soul? Or what prevents you from feeling passion? What prevents you from feeling passion? Your own introspection of emotions. 8 represents movement, power, and progress. And maybe these emotions of yours, they're not, they're not moving, because this whole spread is about balance and wholeness, right? And it's about movement. We said that before. The world card symbolizes balance and evolution and movement. Are you not? Are you just kind of looking back at your old emotions, right? Because comes represents water, relationships, emotions, and creativity, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. But what we're saying here, but what we're saying here is that what makes you passionate is kind of your the looking back at your emotions, right? And but you what prevents you from feeling passion is always being kind of stuck in this moment because it's not movement because you're just kind of looking back, right? Looking into the cups, looking into it looks kind of like a fish, so that's where the water is represented. And if you're always looking backwards, there's no movement forward. Okay. All right. Five. Aquarius. This is represented by altruism, right? Selfless concern for others. Because that's what this is about, too. Remember? Up here, up here. Always being in charge, always being the leader, right? Right? Okay. What pushes you to help others, or what ignites your humanitarian nature, or what blocks you from feeling this connection into helping others? We talked about this yesterday. Always, always, always within. The Hierophant is all about tradition, structure, guidance, wisdom, and conformity, right? So, what ignites your humanitarian is just that, it's the tradition, right? But in this position is what blocks you from feeling this connection to others. And it's that tradition. Like you feel like you kind of want to cut off that tradition. You don't really believe in the tradition, right? And that's going to kind of not keep you from, I mean, what's the whole beginning? The self fulfillment. And it was all about resources. And you, again, saying you don't want to share, and that's going to leave you unfulfilled, if that makes sense. Hmm. I said, right there. Hmm. Okay. Okay, Saturday. Okay, Saturday. How's that do for you? Good? I hope so. I hope you guys have a beautiful Saturday. Tomorrow is Sunday, the Super Bowl. I think I'm going to take tomorrow off. Enjoy the weekend. Yes. And rest. And do the things I need to get done. I do some laundry. How about them apples? All right. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for watching. I'm getting some good views, and I appreciate that. So thank you. And don't forget, if you haven't yet, subscribe. If you leave a like, leave a comment, please. I appreciate it. All right. Have a beautiful weekend, y'all. All right. Thank you.